How's it going, everybody? This is Pat Bowles with you again here at another round disc golf in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sitting as always, unfortunately, my buddy KB over here next to me. How's it going, KB?
Unfortunately, you're next to me. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Most people would agree with that statement. I'm doing awesome. I can't wait to watch Nevin long and showcased by some really top players in our area and top in the sport.
Today we're bringing you the Carolina Clash at Nevin Disc Golf Course, which is one of the staples here in Charlotte, wooded monster. And we do have some top players, and leading the tournament up to this point at 22 under is Barry Schultz from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, Barry Schultz. I mean, he's a world champ. Or you got worlds? Three-time world champ?
Two-time world champ, three-time US.
DGC. Yeah, I mean, to have him in our backyard along with other guys you're about to name.
Yeah, and also coming in or up here in second place up to this point at 20 under, 2 strokes back, is Michael Johansen, the local legend, the hippie.
He knows this course like the back of his hand, and he's a couple back, but I have a feeling it's going to get tied up quick. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I just gut reaction.
Yeah, and then coming up in third place, a young guy in the area from Holly Springs, North Carolina, Colin Carter.
Making waves. He's got a good forehand. He's got a good backhand. Got a good game. He's a Wolfpack guy at NC State. Can't wait to see him play.
Yep, and coming up, our youngster here in Charlotte, North Carolina, another round sponsored player, Austin Turner at 12 under.
The southpaw, one of the best up and coming southpaws out there. Goes to school down in Coastal, I believe. Coastal Carolina, so I can't wait to see what he does here, and some lefty-friendly holes out here in Nevin. So
yeah, and to start off the course on hole 1, a lefty-friendly hole, 491-foot par 4. It's a slight left to right, then goes down. That's from your landing area, straight downhill shot to the basket.
Yeah, it curls. The first shot is a fairly straight shot. You don't want to bite off too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 1:30 tee time at the 2016 Carolina Clash final round.
Hey, it's Parker Cox.
This is the lead men's open card. First to tee off from Charlotte, North Carolina, PDGA number 6840, shooting a 100, Barry Schultz.
And coming into this round with shooting that low on Nevin shorts and Eastway longs, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was expecting shooting a 100 and something, and you didn't get it.
Hey, that's a good kick.
A little short,
Yeah.
but it's a good kick.
North Carolina, PDGA number 20300, the whole thing. 102.
There he is, the big dirty hippie.
I love his game. It's going to be smooth. Comment, I'm sure, in his hand right there.
Yeah, that's the MJ signature comment. Not so smooth, though.
No, he had to wait for that really long introduction. It's a tight little shot.
Yeah. You can barely fit a Ford Ranger down through there.
I mean, that's Nevin, though.
Yeah.
So you need to be on your lines to score well.
And here he is, Colin Carter, out of Holly Springs. Got a mash of a forehand.
Wow, he throws his whole body into that throw.
Yeah. That's a little high and tight.
Next to tee off from Mint Hill, North Carolina, PDGA 54049, shooting a 110, Austin Turner.
There he is, the young and Austin Turner.
Yeah, he gets sneaky distance. Not a long reach back or anything. Just puts a ton of spin on it.
That could be a rough kick, depending on where that ended up. That right side of the fairway is really thick.
Right side's tough. You definitely want to screw up on the left. Not this early, obviously, but because the left is where the short tee pad is for the hole, and if you're there, you've got a nice fairway to come down from.
Yeah, and MJ's just laying up to the landing zone there, trying to save his par.
That's all I can do.
Barry going with an AVR.
Pretty good shot.
Circle's edge.
Knowing he was short off the drive a little bit, that's workable.
Yeah, Austin's got an awkward stance. That's a wasp. he likes to throw.
Should be able to make that putt.
And MJ does the patented look away and just puts it right up underneath the basket.
Yeah, when he walks away from it, you know it's good.
Yeah. Colin got way down there, but he's got a tight line coming out.
He did get way down there. That's one of those where you're looking at your window you have to hit, and you're more focused about hitting the gap than you are in the distance.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, is the error you want to make in that situation.
Yeah.
Twist his ankle?
He had some footing issues there, and Colin's got that long comebacker now.
And it shouldn't be a camera issue. He's been filmed before. I know you've filmed Colin before.
Yeah.
And he's played pretty well, so that makes a big difference for these guys on top cards. All four of these guys are no stranger to a film crew.
Yeah, that's a good par save from MJ after hitting an early tree.
Absolutely.
And, you know, Colin's disappointed after that tee shot to be putting in that par.
Yeah, he was within striking distance and is within striking distance.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to get one early.
Yeah. So here we go, Austin Turner picking up a stroke. He's back by 4 to Colin. The rest of it stays the same.
A cheesy smile over there.
He's the most fake smile every time I've had him.
Does he?
Yeah, every time I've taken a picture of him, it seems like he has the most fake smile. And now we got on to hole 2, which is a 230-foot par 3. And it's pretty much a must-get hole on Nevin Long's.
It is. You just throw it up there.
Austin with a meteor.
Yeah. Do that for a lefty, for a righty. Do that with a buzz or not even that. Probably a putter for some of these guys. That looks like a mid from Barry. Is that a rock?
I would imagine so. I don't know Barry's bag as well as I do Austin and MJ's.
Even though he missed that early, it's still 25 feet?
Yeah, something like that. T.I. comment from MJ.
Yeah, he likes to work. I mean, if you know and follow Johansen's game, he loves to work comments, even on hyzer shots, and it's a little bit strange.
Well, those T.I. comments are pretty stable as far as comments go, too.
Okay.
And he's got such a smooth release that it's going to...
He likes to shape shots more than most people.
Yeah, that's a good, strong putt by Austin.
I think he believes his putting is the weak part of his game, but he's one of the few that actually believes that.
Yeah.
I think he's got a really strong putting game.
I would agree. These guys making this hole look easy. Like I said, it's a must-get on this course. If you miss this one...
Yeah, you're not feeling too good if you miss this one.
No, not at all.
It's a cool picture in the background you got there.
Yeah. Perfect. Just turned out perfect. These guys all birdieing, star frame. And, yeah, got to get it. Because
Like
you got
said,
this hole coming
it's
up.
kind of, seeing it on film, it's a little bit of a boring hole too. So
you got 375-foot par 3, number 3. The basket is on a very steep incline. It's very fast.
yeah, you have to make sure to plan that correctly. Miss long on the tee pad, that's fine. If you can. 375 plays, it doesn't play 375, it plays what would you say, about 330?
Yeah,
downhill?
you're usually throwing putters or mids downhill. It looks like Austin came up a little short.
And it makes your decision, that makes his decision really easy right there, just to throw a little layup shot. And he's probably going to take a 3. And Barry, that's the right shot. Yep, he went all the way down there.
Yeah, he's at the bottom of the hill. He's going to have a putt back up the hill. It wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, but he can stay aggressive.
Yeah. MJ's signature comment.
That was pretty.
Wow, checks up right next to the basket. That is
Wow.
outstanding.
I have a feeling he's played this course a lot more now since Hornet's Nest isn't currently in the ground.
Yeah, he said this is his main practice facility. That and Brackett's Bluff, obviously, is with his other hangout. But this is his favorite practice facility now that Hornet's Nest isn't there. Austin, like you said, easy decision. He's going to lay that up every time because that's a huge drop off behind the basket.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to see Barry attempt the putt down there. You don't want that putt for par.
Colin kind of half bidding it, giving a little stall shot.
That's scary. Half bid on this hole is scary.
Well, he gave it a good run.
That basket was, 20 feet over his head.
Yeah. MJ putting in the birdie there. That's an outstanding shot.
Yes, it is.
And he's picking up a stroke on the rest of the field here, and more importantly, he's picked up a stroke on Barry. So he's only one back now, and I think we're going to end up with a little bit of a battle going on here down the stretch.
Yeah, it's obvious. Commentating is hard, man. I just want to watch. That's what I'm doing. These guys are no stranger to a battle.
No, not at all. And now we got hole 4. It's a 538-foot par 4, and it's mid-range off the tee, and then a tight straight shot down the middle. Unless you're throwing a forehand.
No. You could throw a faster distance in the mid-range here and try to punch down the fairway a little bit more.
That's true.
Obviously, Comet here. That's a tough play. The Comet can actually, and he got a little bit of a bad break, but the Comet can actually flip on you on this hole.
Yeah.
And it's it's such a good hole because it's a tricky landing spot.
Austin threw his challenger a little low there.
Yeah, it's definitely low.
Barry's throwing a rock, and he ended up in the ditch that's right there at the landing zone.
That's too bad because that's not a bad shot at all. Just a little bit unfortunate.
Colin throwing that backhand. I
rolled it.
Yeah, rolled it over a little bit. It was a Nova. He's a.
He's not sponsored, is he?
No, Colin's not. He's the
Okay.
only one on the card that's not.
Okay. That'll soon change.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
He's definitely up and coming in North Carolina.
That's a pretty good throw from Austin from where he was having to flex lefty. This is a tough angle.
Colin trying to throw a big pan tomahawk.
I think it's smart. He's probably taken a 4, and that was his only option to get a 3.
Yeah. MJ's tucked in hard on the right side.
Good little touch. Oh, I thought it was coming even further. Wow.
It did stall out there at the end, but from where he's at, that's about as good as you can get. Barry just came over it on a little bit too much.
Wow.
It's tough to come out of that ditch.
Yeah, it's like shoulder height ditch that you have to throw on or from under.
Nice upshot by Colin.
Oh, wow.
That was a great run.
Yes, it was. Ooh, that's not the line you were going for.
You just walk away. Take your par.
Take your par, walk away.
Great run by Austin.
You said Austin putts with challengers?
Yeah, Austin putts with challengers as well. He likes to backhand and putt with challengers.
So MJ almost picks up a 3 there.
Yeah.
Almost tied it up with 4 holes in, but
that's a testament to how tough this hole is. The whole card taking a 4. That is probably one of the hardest holes in Charlotte.
You think so?
But it's really gettable, but for some reason it's tough to get a birdie.
Tough to birdie, yeah. So it's not the hardest hole, as in the tightest. I'll agree with that.
Now we got hole number 5, 656-foot par 5. This one snakes its way through the woods pretty hard.
It definitely wraps around.
Yeah.
It's a really good par 5. It's eagleable if you have a really, really good drive. There's a bend up there, and to the bend is probably about 400 feet. It's another 270 from there or so.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm sure you'll see mid ranges here.
Oof, that was a bad kick to the right. But it's just the shape of an S, and it's one thing with Stan courses. He's always trying to make you bite off more than you should.
Yeah, that's true.
And Stan McDaniel, he really this hole is one of those. You feel like you get way up there, but he'll punish you if you try too hard.
Did he hit the tree?
I can't remember if he did or not.
That looks like it barely touched that first tree.
Maybe knocked an ant or two off of that.
That's a tough forehand shot.
Yeah.
Same spot as yesterday.
That's a bad kick. Way over there into the woods on the right side.
I love forehands, but I feel like you have to.
That's
He was trying to cut off too much, in my opinion, there. He had a little window he was trying to hit, and he's taking a par, and now he might be taking a bogey. That's a smart play by Colin. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's the one thing with these kids, man. Sometimes they make a mistake and it bites them, but sometimes they can just pull out something miraculous. And speaking of miraculous, that is the tightest line.
Wow.
You can blame Stan for me figuring out these types of shots.
You can blame Stan for MJ being able to hit tight lines.
Get through.
That's a fun shot.
Yeah.
He had to kind of weird step, and his momentum took him way across.
And here's Barry Schultz with patent pending coming out there. Nice little Anheuser.
Shot.
He's one of the best in the game at that stance.
Yeah.
His wide rail helps him.
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
That's heartbreaking for Colin because
It is. That would have been, he played the hole really smart after that bad drive, and hit the one tree between them.
Barry putting it right up there. He's going to get a birdie. That's an easy tap in.
MJ's got a look that, this is like a half run probably.
Yeah.
Type of look.
With that ringer, it kind of dies down pretty quick. Not a lot of glide. Oof.
Yeah, no big deal.
Stupid pine tree.
We got a ton of those.
Austin giving it a run for the... That'd be for par? For birdie? I can't remember. We'll find out in a minute. Oh. Colin just seemed to be frazzled here at the beginning of this round. I'm not really sure why.
I think that was Austin's attempt for birdie because of that amazing shot around the corner.
Yeah.
So I think that's a par.
Yeah. That's a heck of a par save if so. It's... What is it Matt Chaney calls it? The Nevin equation of compounding bad decisions or something like that?
You can compound bad decisions out here easily. But like you said, the young guys, they don't care.
Yeah, they just go for it.
All right, bad decision, we'll make another one.
I'll just throw the speed 13 driver hard around the corner.
Yeah.
And after that hole, Barry and MJ pulling away, both taking birdies, and Colin taking the unfortunate bogey after that tree hit. And
now we've got two battles going on.
Austin's picking up a little bit of steam, and he's catching up to Colin a little bit. And now we got hole number 6, a 317-foot par 3 straight ahead, and it's really beautiful.
It's a gorgeous hole. It's a low ceiling, so you can't throw any thumber if you like a thumber game. It makes it feel tighter than it is, too.
Yeah. MJ with the TI comment.
This hole means a lot to MJ. When he he did the same thing there. He did it at Worlds, at 2012 Worlds, when it was in Charlotte. He beat Cale LaVisca on this hole. They were in a playoff to get into the final 9, and he did that right there.
I believe Barry's throwing a leopard here, and there's a reason it's a sig disc.
That is insane. He's playing horseshoes.
Yeah.
The wrong sport.
That's a buzz, I believe, from Austin.
Beauty. Austin's comfortable throwing discraft.
Yeah. Colin, he's really disappointed in his game early in this round. You know, he was looking to come out here and try and make a run of his own. And
Yeah, he was. Even though it'd be really hard against those guys.
MJ with a nice birdie.
That was a good birdie.
And Austin. It's not very often you see 3 out of 4 birdie this hole. I mean,
No.
even though these guys are top-level 1,000-rated players, I mean...
They'll take 4s and 5s on this hole sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not a 5, but a 4 is definitely a real score that happens here.
Yeah. And that's the
It's
easiest.
happened. Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. That is outstanding.
This next hole is tight.
Yeah, and Austin picking up another stroke on Colin, only 2 back on 3rd place. And Barry and MJ continue just to mimic each other, and I mean, it seems like MJ is just going stride for stride with Barry.
Yeah, I mean, when you get birdies, that happens.
And hole number 7 is a 202-foot par 3. It's a really, really tight shot off the tee, and the basket has a huge drop off behind it. As you can see there, it's really steep back there.
That first shot is there's maybe 5 feet between those trees in front of you. If you get between them with a banger or anything, yeah. If you get between them, it's usually a birdie.
Yeah.
If you're throwing the right shot.
And MJ is the king of hitting tight gaps, and he even has struggled on this hole.
That should be a birdie.
Yeah, scooting on up there, right up underneath the basket. Yeah. Good shot for Barry.
It's a good change of pace hole. That's why I really like this particular.
Austin wanted to get down. Oof.
Should have been asking for it to go in.
Yeah. He likes to flick that Buzz OS, and it really gets a lot of skip there at the end.
That's tough forehand right here.
He's got it.
That's a good shot.
Good lines. Just got to sit down.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's up there. He's pinned high, and he's going to be putting along the ridge instead of towards it.
That kid understands that even though the basket is maybe 15 feet to the left of the fairway, he doesn't need to throw it left.
Yeah, but
throw it straight, hit your 15-footer.
And this is a heck of a putt from down here at the bottom of the hill. Oh, good run from Austin.
He thought he had it.
That's another trick from Stan. Stan likes to... Ooh, good run from Colin. Stan likes to offset baskets slightly left or right and tries to get you to throw an Anheuser or a Heiser on a hole where you normally really, if you just throw a straight shot, you're going to have a 20 or 30-footer. You may not have to throw it as hard left or right as you think.
Right.
So he's trying to goad you into coming in early or something like that and getting in trouble.
Yeah, he's definitely told me the same thing. So yeah. maybe it's that, or he just likes to see people suffer.
Yeah, that's a good birdie by Barry. He's extending that lead two strokes.
Fantastic birdie.
It's a 202-foot hole, but it's no joke.
And MJ, when he got off the pad, he got a fortunate break. He had a really easy up and down. So.
And hole 8, double fairway, 329 feet. Probably a little easier on that right side, but the left side's a big Anheuser. It's a tougher angle.
I'm surprised it played. You said 329?
Yes.
I think plays about 350. You see some full throws. Yeah. And that is a shot and a half.
And Barry, unfortunate break off that tree.
Yeah. That right gap is tight. A lot of guys go to this left side, turn something over, put it in the air, and just slowly fade it back.
He's about pin high. That's a good shot. Wow. 20 feet. That's good. You're good.
He's parked.
Yeah. And that's an interesting choice from Austin.
Lefty
with that,
go on the right. Yeah, hey, that's wide.
Buzz.
That.
Yeah. Wow, that was a great shot. Looks like Colin's electing to take the left.
This is my preferred line on this one. You just pop it and let it do the work.
He didn't pop it.
He didn't lock it. Man, he's struggling right now.
Yeah, he's just in some kind of funk, and
he needs to change his goals a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet his goals initially were, let's get a second place or a victory.
Yeah.
And now he can't do that. He needs to say, okay, let's extend this.
Yeah.
Over Austin.
He's taking another bogey. That's really tough. He's upset with himself for sure. Austin.
That would have been big too for Austin to hit that. Okay, he's not quite parked, but
for MJ.
That's true.
But he's going to pick up that stroke that Barry got on the last hole, so they're back.
That was a really unfortunate break for Barry on that drive. I thought that was everything you wanted to do.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Snuck it in. Strong side. That's why you miss on that side.
And And like we said, MJ taking that stroke back, and Austin picking up another stroke on Colin. He went from 5-1 real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Two great battles. I don't know what the chase car is doing either, but I think these guys were way ahead of them.
Yeah. And here we go into hole number 9, a 593-foot par 4 uphill the whole way, and just kind of goes up over the top of a rise down to the basket.
That first shot is critical. When you're talking about tight Nevin fairways, if you get off the tee pad on the drive, you're probably going to get a birdie.
Yeah.
Because the second shot into it is pretty open.
MJ's going big. Imagine that's a mantis or a heat.
He's mad at that. Did you hear that? Go left. Come on. He didn't say, come on, man. Come on, man.
He's got about 200 feet to the basket.
Yeah, it's nothing. That was pure.
Yeah, Barry's throwing right up there as well. That's choice because they're going to be able to see the basket from there.
That is true. The further up you get, the less blind it becomes, and that's also a great throw.
Yeah, that's a buzz coming in there.
Wow.
Yeah. Austin doesn't really throw a lot of fairways. He goes straight from mid-ranges to high-speed drivers pretty quick.
When you have the arm he has, you can do that.
Yeah. He does have, I believe he has one stalker in the bag, but he does not carry many other fairways.
And that's going to be in a good spot for him, for his forehand there for Colin. A little tester.
Yeah. Barry's right up there.
It's so smooth. It's so smooth, man. Watching Barry's so fun. You watch
Colin throwing it to the ground again. He's just not.
That just sounded mean. Colin throwing it to the ground again.
Well, I mean, he just can't seem to get his forehand under control, and his forehand is definitely his shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, MJ putting it right up there.
Can't feel good. I'm sure he thinks that putt wasn't good, but it's hard to stroke a good putt when you've had a few bad holes in a row and you're on kind of a slump. It's a heck of a bird.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
It's a good stroke.
It's a par 4. It's all right.
And so Colin got a par on that hole, so he lost another stroke.
The 3 birdies on that hole is ridiculous. Just because, like I said, that drive is so tough and technical.
Yeah. So Austin's reeled Colin in. They're tied up, and they're going into hole number 10, which is a 630-foot par 5. Kind of short for a par 5, but there's a lot of switchbacks.
It's uphill too.
Yeah.
By the time you get from essentially the creek to the basket, you've raised about 30 feet in elevation.
Yeah. And it's right to left off the tee, and then kind of a straight second shot, and then back to the right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see him trying to really get under that disc and move around. And it's a weird. This is a strange hole. It fits Nevin, but at the same point, the landing zone is tiny on the drive.
Yeah, you're just throwing something pretty short off the tee, probably only 200 and some feet. I mean, you can really push it if you want to, but once again, you start pushing it with a high-speed driver or something faster, then you can get some real trouble. There's a force from Austin, speaking of.
It's another hole that it probably took a lot of work to get it in shape.
Yeah.
Because casually, a lot of guys don't play this tee pad.
No, it's so far back there from the short pad that some may not even know it was there.
Is that a roller?
I don't know that he meant to throw a roller. I believe he was trying to throw
a big angle.
He may have been. I don't know. He may have been trying the roller, but he's not in a terrible location. Austin trying a super hyzer flip. He's way up there.
That should be fine. Should be, what, 200 and in from the basket?
Probably. He's past the short pad, so.
Yeah, you can't quite see what this hole does, and it feels like that when you play it, too. You still don't know where you are. You're like, I'm in the woods in Charlotte somewhere.
Yeah, MJ a little tight, but he's inside 200 feet.
I mean, he's at the short pad, which I think is like 230.
Yeah. And Colin threading the needle and getting way up there.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, he needs something positive to happen, so that was definitely a good thing. There.
Barry's probably feeling like he needs to put a good number on this.
He's a little tight as well. These guys are kind of overestimating that Anheuser. It's about 270 from where he's at, and Chris needs to look out.
That was an amazing throw.
Wow. And that's going to be an easy par or easy birdie. That's what he needed, was something like that to really get him going. MJ puts it right up there, about 15 feet. That's easy.
No worries. Yeah. Ooh, going high? No.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah. He ended up in one of the places you don't want to be. Nevin's rough is thick whenever you get off the edge there.
It is, and especially in the longs, because like I was saying, it's not played as much.
Yeah.
So Nevin Schultz is not as tough as it used to be, because the rough isn't that bad. But from the longs, if you're in a spot that normally you'll only be from the longs, then it shows its teeth.
Yeah. MJ knocking down that.
So he's going to pick one up here. They're going to tie it up, aren't they?
I believe so. Yeah, seems we're all tied up on both fronts, I believe.
Yeah, I think Colin might have gotten it one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
right.
so we're all tied up all together. Barry and MJ at 27 under, and Austin's reeled in Colin, but Colin, he got something positive going there. So
Barry's got to find a way to, I wouldn't even say jump the ship, but he's just got to get more birdies.
Yeah, and this
I'm like Gruden or whatever.
Yeah,
got to get more birdies.
Hole 11 is a 640-foot par 4. It's actually longer than the last hole, but it lets you actually get a pretty decent rip on this first shot.
This is a fun hole. It really is. For these guys, a couple fairway drivers. Fairway driver.
Yeah. This was a great addition by Huey. For those of you who may have come here and played in 2012 Worlds, you played a little shorter par 3 over a walking path, and they took that out and added this hole. And this hole just feels so much more like Nevin. It's probably Huey did a great job in designing this.
I was critical when he did that because you like what you have and you like the course. But I love this hole.
Yeah.
If you're throwing the forehand, it's a really delicate forehand.
And there's Colin showing off his forehand game. I believe that was a mid-range M4.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are they all throwing here? What did Barry throw there?
I believe that was some kind of fairway driver. He was expecting it to come back left,
like
and
he seemed,
he seemed really surprised that it held out to the right.
Okay.
But he has that patent pending from that's about a 300-foot shot he's got coming in there. And from where he is
to have a putt,
that is outstanding.
It really is.
And Colin going to throw that M4 again.
That's a really hard forehand birdie hole.
Yeah, he threw it pretty
low. Ceiling. Well, it's a low ceiling on that one. I'll give him a break.
Yeah.
Give him a pass on that. He didn't just throw it in the ground. He's got to do something crazy. Oh, that should be pretty good.
Oh,
what?
Got a bad
that
skip. Got a bad reverse skip.
Wow.
Or no skip. And this is the thing about this hole. If you hyzer out too much, you have very little angle to the basket. So you kind of want to keep it a little more straight. So it's a lot more finesse, even though it's hyzer. It's kind of this finesse hyzer flip. Austin giving it a good run. He's got about a 20-footer.
He didn't like that out of his hand.
No.
Ooh, that's a fun putt.
Yeah. None of these guys taking advantage of this par 4. Solid putt from Austin there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Barry got a little bit of a roll.
Almost snuck out the back. It's always odd to have those testers to save your par. It's never it's always kind of a little bit in doubt when you're
Yeah.
at that 25 or 20, right there at that circle's edge.
You work so hard to get that, 45-footer for birdie on a
Yeah.
hard hole, and then now you have to hit a 30-footer for par.
Yeah. So we're staying at the same after that hole. Everybody takes a par. Difficult shot for sure.
Yeah, now the fun hole starts.
Yeah, this is one of the signatures at Nevin. This is a 970-foot par 5. First shot's a big bomb out over the field. You got OB on the left side and thick rough on the right, and then you go down into the woods on your second shot and finish it up a right to left from there.
It just keeps going.
It just keeps going. When you play this hole and you start making bad decisions, you are just praying for it to end.
Yeah. And the drive isn't even the critical. It's a wide open shot, so you have to have a good drive. But it's not the most important throw when you get to the end of the hole.
That's choice position.
That's really good.
I found it interesting. Austin was throwing his stalker.
You threw a stalker here?
That was a stalker.
Wow.
It did not flip quite like he wanted it to.
Ooh.
And you get off the fairway on that right side, it is thick.
I thought Austin doesn't throw fairway drivers.
It's the only one he has in the bag.
He doesn't.
If you hadn't been listening, I told you that.
Okay. And in the wide open field, he throws it. That's a crush.
Yeah, Colin. Everybody was thinking he was this great forehander, and he was mostly forehand, and then all of a sudden he busts out like a 450-foot backhand. No big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to understand his thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Like get him on a podcast or something and talk to him.
I believe that's some kind of boss from Barry or something.
An R-Pro boss?
He likes to throw a boss. I don't know what kind of plastic it is, but he likes to throw them on those flex shots like that.
Okay. So Austin's probably not going to get a birdie from where he's at.
No, that's a tough spot. And there is OB on that left side the whole way.
It's hard to see, too, with the shadows here. But there's a fairly big size gap they're trying to shoot through. Big trees, though, so if you miss it, you'll get knocked down pretty quickly.
Yeah. MJ's in a decent spot there.
He is.
Just this angle from this second shot is very, very touchy.
If you're thinking maybe you can go left around everything, there's a Mando. Can't go left.
And there's another disc. Barry seemed to be surprised that it didn't hyzer out, but he threw it all the way up there to the gallery on the second card, so he must be doing something good.
Yeah, no kidding.
Colin pulling that M4 forehand again.
Yeah, you are good.
Yeah, he's in the middle.
It's a good angle. He's clean. He's on the right side of the fairway.
Oh.
Ooh, skinnied it and got
Oh, he got a little kiss off the tree.
Oh, his luck ended.
Yeah.
Throw it high and do some work.
Yeah. He's throwing a Firebird, I believe.
Okay. It's an interesting way to attack that. I like it.
Yeah, he's going to be looking there for an easy birdie.
Yeah.
You don't get to say that too much on this hole.
No. Shorts or longs.
No. I think the shorts might even be more difficult. And MJ.
I think so.
MJ throwing it right up there as well. He's going to have a pretty good look.
That's a good touch on that forehand.
Yeah, Barry, he may not have, the forehand of the young guns where he can throw a crusher out there or anything, but he's got a great touch putter forehand that he just kind of uses around the greens.
You're going to have to uncover some of those throws on a course like this.
Yeah. That's a good layup from Austin. Whoa. Uncharacteristic putt from MJ.
And with this green, you can go back and forth on this hole. Very capitalized. Stayed in it.
MJ won't do that twice.
Probably not.
And Colin picking up the bird.
I think that was pretty well played by all those guys.
Yeah. So Barry picking up a stroke on MJ, and Colin is picking up a stroke on Austin. So
all right.
both battles are
battling
well,
Nevin,
yeah.
man.
So here we go. It's a 270-foot par 3, hole
Lost the
13.
birdie.
Lost the big tree on the left side that used to really defend this green. So a lot of these guys it turned into a must birdie after that tree fell.
I'd be surprised if this card doesn't. You might have 4 different ways to get there, but
Collins sawed it off a little bit into the woods. That's probably about a 30, 35 footer.
I'm sure he's kicking himself too.
Yeah.
This is a 4-hand friendly hole. He just put it way left and
Barry just throwing a nice slow turnover right up there next to the basket. That's
a rock, probably.
Yeah.
Banger here.
Hell, I don't even know her.
I see what you did.
Ooh, that was the right height if that tree wasn't there.
If that tree wasn't there. But it is. And it's parked. Yes.
That's a wasp.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, he's right up underneath it. So
Collins got himself a tester.
yeah. Bang, bang.
Beautiful putt.
Yeah, he's starting to pick it up here on the back nine.
He is, and it's good. He's been playing well off the pad the last few holes, but he actually hadn't hit a putt in a long time, so that had to feel good also.
Yeah. Austin getting the easy birdie as well as Barry, so that's a good star frame from the group. I mean, once again, it's just like hole 2, must birdie hole on Nevin Longs, because you're not going to get them that easy on a lot of holes out here.
Nope.
So we're sitting at the same spot as after this hole.
Moving into a not necessarily a tough hole, but you're going to explain it. You're going to see it can bite you.
So we got a hole 14 is a 516-foot par 4. It's double Mando. You have to go through those 2 trees you see up there, and if you get through there, it's a relatively easy upshot to get your par or get your birdie. And
the tee shot's pretty easy. It's just daunting with you see that wind.
Yeah,
that comes into play.
And there is a little bit of OB on that right side and those trees over there as well that you can get into, but
you can if you aggressively attack it. Wow. No, don't worry, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Once you get past those trees, it's really just a
hyzer.
Yeah, it's a simple hole. Barry's throwing a nice little shot right out there in the field. That's going to be pretty straightforward up and down.
It should be a pretty straightforward shot for Johansen here. A little hyzer flip, a little low.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, I got a great skip.
When you throw a hyzer angle, you don't get skips.
Yeah. He's right up there near. And this is an Austin forehand the nuke.
I like a forehand through a window like that. You really want to hit a double Mando, it's nice to face your target and commit to that shot. That was a great throw.
And Collins pretty far back here, but
I don't think it should matter. You saw his power on 12. He should be able to just throw one up.
Yeah. Looks like some kind of overstable mid or putter, maybe a zone or something. Yeah, he's got a 15-footer. Yeah. It was funny. MJ, Austin, and Barry all ended up within probably a 5-foot triangle of each other.
Really?
So they were all right there in choice position. So I didn't even have to move to film them, it seemed like.
Yeah, guys, keep doing that for me. Thanks. As Billy Crump would say, butter on a hot roll.
Yeah.
Actually got away from
a little skippy. I mean, that green's deceptively fast. It's not necessarily one of the fastest greens out there, but you could get some rollaways and slides down there. I love the bird flaps.
Yeah, Austin flaps it. Get down.
It's the second time he's done that.
He does it all the time, too. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a good birdie, but
another birdie. Simple. Austin will get his birdie, and we'll see if Barry. This is gonna be. I feel like this might be a pivotal putt for Barry.
Yeah, I found it interesting. They all putted out.
Oh, really?
They all putted out, and
well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
you're gonna walk to the next hole down that path.
Yeah.
So why go down there and come back? A speed of play thing. There's a hole in the basket. Look at that.
Something interesting I found. Barry usually wears earbuds.
Look at that, Austin Turner. Look at that smile. He's
Yeah.
he's hanging in there.
Yeah.
That's a good round too. 7 under. He's hanging with it. He's probably kicking himself with that first round he had.
Yeah.
But we've got a tie ball game going on right now.
One thing and hole number 15 is a 252-foot par 3
You can get caught
uphill,
up.
tight line. It's another deceiving hole.
It's a flex shot.
Yeah. If you're going to get right up underneath the basket, it's definitely a flex shot. If you throw a slight anhyzer, you probably end up with a 20-footer.
It's funny. You can get carried away talking about disc golf, can't you?
Oh, you can easily.
It's definitely a look.
Yeah. But Barry was not wearing his head earbuds
Really?
during the tournament, which usually every other time I've ever seen him or filmed him, he's had earbuds in. So
There were some distractions that he had to kind of overcome too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I found it interesting that the earbuds were not in for this tournament, or this round at least.
Tough lefty shot here.
Yeah.
I'm shocked we didn't see the force or something
Yeah.
on a forced Annie.
I don't know.
Like a forehand, you know what I mean? Like a forehand.
It may be
lefty
a little bit
flick.
short for him to pump a force up there. He may be thinking he's going to go long or something, but
And Barry is unwinding a little bit.
yeah,
He's letting one bad putt get to him.
he was getting a little flustered at this point in the tournament, for sure. Oh, it's a great run, long rattle.
No. I mean, he was about 65 out.
Yeah. Oh, there's that rattle again.
Mark Huther, get on that basket.
Tighten it up. Ooh,
That's a big putt. That took the lead, right?
I believe so. That's a great putt from MJ.
That's why he's getting rattled. Barry's getting rattled because he just dropped a couple.
Yeah.
In 2 holes, he drops 2 strokes.
Yeah, that's difficult to handle. So MJ taking the lead, and Austin and Colin, they're still tied up. So
Wow. This is fun. This is fun.
so on to hole number
A
16.
good scoring separator hole, too.
596-foot downhill, left to right, OB long, and on the left side all the way down that whole fairway.
Right.
This is a tight hole with a tough landing zone, KB.
It is. It is. What I do like about the longs here is you're throwing on a concrete tee pad instead of the asphalt. However, this first shot it really tests your game because you have to throw a downhill shot without fading out to the left. So for Colin, it's good, but even that, he's got to throw it pretty straight. You've got to pump one flat
Just like that.
like that, and that is incredibly good. I don't care where it ends up. That's a great throw.
That
Whoa.
is choice.
Wow.
That is exactly where you want to be. He's going to be looking at the basket from there.
Oh, it's an
for
easy
a nice
shot.
little forehander up to it. It'll be
I don't know what he throws, a zone or a harp or
some
a firebird. Just
some stable.
something easy.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. The lefty try to match him.
It's a little bit of a hyzer flip there.
Yeah, it didn't flip it enough.
Yeah, a little more height on that, and it carries on down the hill, but it just kind of caught into the ground there.
He made the initial gap. That's the most important thing on this hole.
And Barry pulling a rock.
What's wrong?
Oh. That's a
what's
tough
wrong.
kick,
Oh.
and that kicked out of bounds. That is really difficult. MJ is on the path, but the path was inbounds.
Oh, so this is interesting. That door was wide open for MJ to close this tournament out. And by him hitting that tree and probably not getting up and down here.
Yeah, he's not getting up and down.
He's not getting up and down there, so he's going to take a double? If he gets up and down, or a single?
No, it's a
par.
single. Single.
Okay,
If he gets up and down.
okay.
Oof.
But he had a chance to really close this out with a par.
Yeah, Austin was really trying to push it, I think, because he knew Colin had a really easy up and down.
Yep.
He just got a little bit over on that one.
Wow. His game it looks completely different right now than it did when we started watching this.
Yeah. Easy little hyzer.
That's a good shot.
Oh, that was almost a really good shot.
That was a really good shot. Just didn't go in.
That was just kind of nubbed.
Yeah. He hit it 3/4 up the basket. Yeah. Here, Collins, he's sitting here. He's been watching these guys, struggle my shot.
Yeah, that's a
the
great
whole
look.
time, and he's like, "This hole's easy, guys."
Yeah, it's simple. It's just a 400-foot forehand and a little upshot. I mean, what's so far with you guys?
Just shows you that not every pro has every shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they did, they would have thrown a forehand there.
Yep.
All right, so we saw that little touch flake earlier. Let's see if we see it again.
Yeah.
He's got great control on that.
Yeah. He's throwing just a little AVR or something up there.
Well,
Yeah.
probably light too.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume it's the 160s, just what the angles he's throwing it. That was an interesting hole in general.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to get a lot of scores.
It's just a really tough. Yep, right there, Austin.
Pretty much.
It's a really tough landing zone to get to. And so Barry, after the OB, taking a bogey. MJ, bogey as well, but he's maintaining that one-stroke lead.
Yeah. He's
Colin taking the awesome birdie.
Yeah, it was a great birdie. And can't wait for Collins' next throw here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
This hole 17 is a 581-foot par 5, actually shorter than the last hole, but the angles make it a very difficult par 5.
First shot's critical here.
Mm-hmm.
The first shot is demanding uphill. It's like a really hard par 3 uphill, and you have to land it in about a 20-foot fairway width part. And if you're going to screw this one up, I actually think you want to screw up on the low side. Screw up left and early.
I agree.
Not there.
You end up long, and there's just a jail over there.
Yeah.
If
What?
Hey, Austin.
Yep.
Probably. You should make like a commercial break.
And that's a commercial break with Austin Turner. Forehanding a force.
I think that's going to be in an okay spot. Yeah, more than okay.
Yeah.
And he's got a little awkward run up maybe, and that's that 20-foot landing zone I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's
tight, man.
tight. Easy to go long.
Yeah. MJ was happy with that one.
Doesn't matter.
Still, just a little long.
You almost would be better off just throwing it into the hill.
Mm-hmm. These guys are trying to get it up there on that
That
flat.
looks like a great shot. Oh my gosh.
Right up on a tree. See, these guys are trying to get up there on that flat because if you can get up on the flat, you might have enough space for a big shot. Yeah, get an eagle. And Colin playing the smart play and just laying it right out there.
And look at that. He knows his game so well. He put that on the left side of the fairway, knowing he's throwing a forehand into a next shot that goes right.
Yeah.
That was well played, kid.
And Barry,
That was
that was
well
a
walked.
really, really friendly kick over there on that left side. If you're tight right, it's going to be tough to get up and down.
Absolutely. Ooh, a high shot. That surprises me.
And he is tight right, where it's tough to get up and down.
Yep, it is.
He's
That really surprised me.
Yeah, Austin throwing a wasp.
The wasp. It seemed like a good committed follow through. It was.
And he is putting for eagle.
Wow.
On this hole.
That is great.
I said it's a short hole, but it is a short hole, but that is an eagle is an excellent play.
Yes.
So Colin, he's up there.
It's two perfect shots, and that's, for certain par fives, that's not the worst thing out there.
You don't.
Eagle par fives are good in this hole.
No, you could just easily take a 7 on this hole.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
There's a lot of play in that. It's something about seeing somebody eagle coming down the stretch to take a lead or something is a big deal.
We are
Yeah.
in the jungle
Yeah.
and out of the jungle. That was great.
Wow. That's a great upshot by MJ.
Wow, he almost got it.
Yeah. Colin trying to save that birdie. Loudest cart ever.
The Hulk.
Here's for the eagle.
You
know he's kicking himself after that.
Oh, he wanted it bad. I wanted it for him.
And nice.
Some easy tap outs.
Yep. MJ doesn't even think about putting.
No. He said that before, that he doesn't think about putting.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. It was a very profound statement one day on Final Round Radio. I just putt.
Right. So we got 3 birdies on that hole, and Colin taking the par. So
I mean, if MJ throws a clean drive here, it should be icing on the cake.
Yeah. 18 is a 530-foot par 4 way downhill in the first shot and then back up the hill in the second shot. And you got to look out for that OB creek down there at the bottom of the hill. Really seems like a lot of this feed into that creek.
It does. It's downhill. It's in the gully. Good drives will find it, so great drives have to make it over. And I would expect if Johansen going first on the tee before Barry?
I don't remember.
Well, if he is, yeah, okay. So he's probably trying to go over that creek.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not sure of the play, but if he gets a clean drive,
it looks pretty clean.
It's game over for Barry. It might be deep though.
Yeah, it was almost too clean. He went straight.
Jammed.
Yeah, he's gonna be way up there in the woods.
And Barry has played this hole traditionally really, really well. He can mash one up the hill, down the hill and back up the hill.
Oh, and he hit the light pole.
Did he really?
Or the power line, and then it kicked back into the middle. Those are 2 serious kicks. And Colin Carter looks like he's going to try and go big with a forehand.
It's
a little low.
Maybe his confidence with his touch.
Wow, he's way over there, though.
He is. Okay, I learned something new today. But his confidence or something with that backhand it must be low, because it's a simple backhand throw and that you just stall out and get across the creek for a guy with his power.
And Barry puts it right up there. That's going to put some pressure on MJ.
He needs to thank that telephone pole.
Yeah. And this is an interesting lie that Austin chose to use.
Well, I don't think he had much of a choice.
Yeah. He stepped out or something. I don't know.
Just wanted to show off for the camera.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But a little too awkward. He ended up pretty short. It's probably going to be a 45, 50 footer.
Oh.
MJ.
And that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
He got fortunate to have a look like that.
Yeah. Colin giving it a good run. That's going to be an easy 3. And that should shut Austin out from that 3rd place finish.
Yeah, that was a good battle. That was a really good battle to watch.
Yeah. Austin was far enough back. I think he was really disappointed in his first round at Nevin. So MJ...
So it's just a win.
Yeah, this is for the win.
Wow.
MJ has to make this shot for the win.
Oh, he was walking it in.
Yeah, he thought he made that, but it just came a little bit short.
Playoffs.
Yeah, we got playoffs. And that joke was used 37,000 times during the next 5 minutes.
37,001.
Austin knows.
He knows where he is.
He knows where he is.
Yeah. You do. You know where you are compared to these guys. And that's what motivates you sometimes.
And so we have a playoff between Barry Schultz and Michael Johansen. At this point, this was actually the 3rd playoff I'd filmed in a row.
Well, you were talking about... Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was really interesting.
You were talking about Barry and how he was kind of crumbling there, but he actually turned it around.
Yeah.
And put some pressure back on Johansen.
Yeah. And so we're back to hole 1.
What do we do? 1 until?
Yep, 1 until. We got sudden death or 7th. What is it? Crazy John used to call it sudden life. Oh, and look right there. Here's all the gallery, and there's the mule himself, Mr. McDaniel. He designed this course and
what a crowd.
Put in a ton of work. So
what a crowd.
Well, and
MJ can't hit that first tree.
MJ, he do not want to do what he did first round, but I was about to say I would him missing a gap twice sounds horrible, or is not very likely.
And that's down there even.
Yeah. He's going to have 200 feet.
That put pressure. And that's the one thing, we talk about a lot when you talk about disc golf. Do you want to go first or second? I think when you're this good, you want to go first.
Yeah. And Barry pulls it a little tight, and he's not in a good spot.
A 4 is going to be a good score from where he is.
And he got way down there, but he's still in the junk over there on the side.
Yeah, he is.
So MJ gets up and down.
A simple Bailey Road Park up and down.
Yeah, that's it.
A little banger hyzer. Oh, she's getting a little scooty.
A little bit.
Probably going to be a 25-footer.
It's more than he wants for the win. Barry's got to...
You got to give it a little bit of a run, but that's a great up from right there.
To be inside of your opponent, to force them to hit the putt.
Yeah. And this is no gimme. This is a tester uphill.
Yeah, let's see.
Got a little bit of limage, stick in the bum.
Limage.
He's not comfortable. So
when he gets comfortable, though.
Yeah. Ooh, bang, bang.
That's a really good putt.
So
we got the crowd excited, pumped up.
So great putt, and MJ definitely wants to win these local tournaments. This is his bread and butter.
Yeah, super well thought out victory for him to pure that last drive like he did. Like you said, he's not going to miss it twice. It sucks for Barry though a little bit.
Yeah.
Just at the end of there, losing to MJ, coming back on him like that, putting the pressure back on him, kind of twisting his head back around and looking forward to take it to a playoff. I was a little surprised that Barry hit early on 18 or on the first playoff hole.
Yeah,
I really was. I was expecting a pure shot.
Yeah, he like you said, coming down the stretch there, he started to get a little frazzled. I don't know, hole 18, he threw a great upshot, but even his drive had kicked off a telephone pole. So, Barry's he was a little struggling there towards the end. So, but thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it from us. And be sure to check out what we got coming next.
A whole bunch of stuff down the pipeline, man.
Yeah, man. We got stuff coming down. We got the Slappy's Revenge from Albemarle, and we got the Have a Peek at Reedy Creek coming up pretty soon. So keep
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Another Round Productions.